conversation about forgiveness, especially, as a Christian, as a believer, because forgiveness is one of those very, very tough topics, right? It's one of the things that, if we were to admit, many of us often struggle with because of the depth of pain that is often caused, because of the facts of the pain or the incident that happened, because of the memory, the process of healing, and all of those things. And so while we not, that we must forgive, that forgiveness is for us, we've been taught about all of the things, why we need to forgive, because of course, if we don't forgive, then our Father in heaven won't forgive us. We've been told that this is your freedom. We've been told that forgiveness is for you, it's not for the other person. We've been told a lot of things, but if we're honest, which I'm thankful that I have a community of people who are actually very honest. If we're honest, it still is extremely difficult to actually forgive someone who has caused you pain. And so I want to take some time to dig into this topic and talk about when you should not forgive, right? Especially as a believer. And I know that this is a very controversial topic. I know people are wondering what is going on, why would I say these things? But I'm going to tell you why. Because there are times when you should not forgive. And I'm going to talk about 5 reasons um, you shouldn't forgive, okay? So, number one, and these are gonna be, pretty deep, pretty tough, but I'm gonna tell you about them. So, number one, you should not forgive if you want to allow the pain of your past to have power over your present. That's number one. Because whenever you continue to dwell on the pain of your past, you give it power to keep showing up in your life. It's like playing Russian roulette, right? It's like drinking, someone said it's like drinking poison, but expecting the other person, to come to their demise, right? Number two, you should not forgive if you want bitterness to bleed into everything you do. See, the crazy thing about unforgiveness is that unforgiveness creates an obstruction of flow. And whenever something is blocking, that means that whatever you want on the other side of that has no opportunity for you to access it. You literally block the flow, okay? You should not forgive if you want to stay in a cycle of depression, of sadness, of anger. You should not forgive. That's number three. If you want to stay in that cycle of unforgiveness, if you of bitterness, of depression, um, if you want another reason you shouldn't forgive, if you want to continue to give the person who hurt you the opportunity to continue doing so, don't forget. Don't forgive. Because again, whenever you hold on to that, you're still giving that person an opportunity to occupy space in your life that they should no longer have an opportunity, that they should no longer have. So, if you want to continue allowing the person who hurt you to continue doing so, you should not forgive. Okay? And the last reason you should not forgive, you should never forgive if you care more about validating your hurt than you do actually healing. I'm going to say it again. If you care more about validating your hurt than actually forgiving, than actually healing, don't forgive. See, for those of you all who don't know, I have gone through some very, very trying things in my life, from SA to being a survivor of domestic violence, to being betrayed by my best friend, who I caught in the bed with my man at the time. Um, I have I have been lied on, I have been talked about, I have been stolen from, I have been betrayed in the most horrific ways, right? From friends and family to church members, okay? I've been cheated on, all of the things. And I remember someone asking me, they said, How could you forgive someone who hurt you that much? And I told them this, and I'm going to tell this to you. I didn't forgive them for them. I didn't even forgive them because it was the right thing to do. I did not forgive them because God told me to. I forgave them because I refused to allow the pain of my past to have power over my present. I forgave them because I chose to no longer give power to the person who hurt me. I forgave them because even if I felt like they deserved it or not, I deserved to heal. And I forgave them because I would not forfeit my future based on the pain that someone else has caused me. I forgave them because I value my peace too much. I forgave them because I refuse to allow bitterness to bleed into every other area of my life. And it blocks the blessings that have been waiting for me, that have been stored up for me, that have been prepared for me. So I did not forgive them because it was fun. I didn't forgive them because it was easy. I forgave them for the most selfish reason ever, and that was for me. I forgave them because I love myself enough to not stay in a cycle of pain. I forgave them because I decided that I was going to live a life that was joyful, that was peaceful, right? And I knew that forgiveness unlocks the flow of your favor, your funds, your fortune, and your future. And because of that, no one on God's green earth is going to make me stay in a place of unforgiveness and forfeit all of the things that have been laid up for me because I'm choosing to hold on to something that someone did to me. This does not mean that every relationship is meant to be reconciled. It doesn't mean that there's always going to be any restoration in those relationships. It doesn't mean that I'm supposed to give anybody, continue to give that person access to me. It doesn't mean any of those things, right? Because forgiveness does not mean that they didn't do what they did. Forgiveness does not invalidate or minimize or diminish or dismiss the pain that they've caused. None of that. It doesn't. It simply means that I'm allowing myself the freedom to heal, the freedom to have peace, the freedom to experience love and joy again, right? It means that I am also going to extend mercy and grace even to those who don't deserve it, because I also know that there are some times where I have probably hurt someone and I didn't realize that I hurt them. My intentions may not have ever been to do so, but it doesn't mean that my actions did not impact them in my brokenness. So, because I want to operate in a place of healing and wholeness, hey, Kizzy, and I also want to make sure that I am leaving a legacy of healing and wholeness, then I walk in forgiveness. I forgive very quickly. I forgive quickly. And again, I do it for the most selfish reason. And so I'll tell anybody, be selfish when it comes to forgiveness. Because I promise you, when you walk in the power of and the strength of forgiveness, means you are choosing to not allow anybody else to dictate, to determine how you're going to respond and live your life. When a person who's done something to you walks into a room and your entire attitude shifts and your disposition changes, they still have power over you. When that person says something or does something and you respond in a negative way, that person still has power over you. I'm just the type of person, I don't want anybody to have any power over my life but God. You can't pay me enough to let a person from my past who caused me pain to rob me of my present peace, my prosperity. You can't pay me enough to do that, to allow anybody to do that. You don't have that kind of power over me. So I can look at the person who SA'd me. I can look at the person who lied on me. I can look at the person who betrayed me, because everything you tried to do to break me, it simply built me. Everything that you thought that you did to hold me back, it actually served as a launching pad. Everything that you did to try to, okay, my phone was messing up. But I probably wouldn't have had that strength, that strategy, or the skills that I have had I not gone through those things. So again, when I forgive, I don't forgive anybody because I feel like they necessarily deserve it. Because the truth is, even if they don't deserve it, I do. I deserve to be healed. I deserve to be free from what you did. I deserve to still move on in my life and not allow the aftermath of the things that you've done to hold me hostage or to pull me out of alignment. You get what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we understand that. So I want you guys to go back and watch it because I gave 5 reasons why you should not forgive. In the beginning of this video, I gave you 5 reasons why you should not forgive even as a Christian. And those 5 reasons are going to blow your mind. So if you came in late, go back and watch this replay because those 5 reasons are going to knock your socks off. And then when you come back and watch the rest of it, it's all going to tie in together and make sense. But I want to encourage you today, again, that forgiveness is a superpower. Forgiveness is a strength. Forgiveness is a strategy because forgiveness unlocks the flow of your favor, your funds, your fortune, and your future. That's all Dr. Dean has for you today. And I will be back again when I have something else to say. I love y'all so much and thank you for tuning in.